like we mentioned, I mean, for some of the newer teams, it could be nerves, but the same thing also applies to the big dogs. Again, it's all their expectations, and hey, man, it's only natural to be nervous in dire situations. And again, if you do get that little giddy feeling
Oh yeah.
before anything, like you and I do, I mean, it just means you care about the outcome. So have some faith. You might just see your favorite teams pop up on the other side of the leaderboards. Like we said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you don't know what we're talking about, amazing movie by Clint Eastwood.
Absolutely. Even though you might be having a bad day, you're at least walking away with a couple of lessons, and all of this would be possible without that bad boy on your screens right there.
And of course, we are talking about the iQOO 9 series. I have the 9 Pro, he has the 9, and let's do one thing. Let's just show you what the monster inside has, because let's have a word from the official smartphone sponsor of BGIS 2021.
He was a pro, so he had the pro. That's the difference.
Well, welcome back, and now that we are done with the mischief, he's out. Hope finally floats in. Sparrow, welcome back, buddy. Let me say one thing. You look fly.
Well, thank you so much for the lovely introduction, and thank you for the compliment as well, XP. And
I was there when we got that, by the way.
to be honest, if I want to give some compliments as well, but I would give it to not you.
Oh man, alrighty.
But the rising stars getting chicken dinners. I mean, in first 2 games, it was tactical esports, and the third one, it was the chicken rushers.
It was, and again, it just goes to show, you might have a little bit of hesitancy towards the beginning, but boy, these teams are not showing any nerves right now. They have their blinders on, and well, they have their nose to the grindstone. But now, we are going to witness action in Sanhok. And before that, Sparrow, let's do one thing. Let's just remind all our lovely viewers as to which all teams are going to be playing, because again, the groups are going to be shuffled. But here you have it, the matchup on your screens.
Here you go, Group A. We are going to have Reckoning Esports, Old Hood Esports, OR Esports, Only Glitch, Team Chicken Rushers, the Supari Gang, Team X Lions, and Celsius Esports. And I have to say, XP, this group is looking really good.
They are looking good, of course, so that is Group A. For you joining them, we do have Group C, Godlike Esports, Skylights Gaming, the August 5, TSM, 247 Gaming, Team XO, Revenant Esports, and of course CO, Rip Mizo. Now, for now, it kind of seems like, pardon the pun, but CO are going to be resting in peace. They need to wake up, they need to make some noise if they want to make sure they climb higher on the leaderboard. But again, Sparrow, it's Sanhok. Anything can happen.
It is unpredictable, XP, and yes, anything is possible in Sanhok, but one thing is for sure, whichever team is going to get the zone, going to get a lot of value out of it. I mean, we have seen Erangel, we have seen Miramar, and we have seen another Erangel there. Every single time, the team that has the zone gets the chicken.
I mean, that is why we keep beating around the same bush day in and day out. Prioritize the zone, of course. You are going to rack up all those finishes sooner rather than later, because when teams are going to be rushing in your position, all you have to do is, just take aim, take a deep breath, and just squeeze that trigger, and one after the other teams could fall, and you could be getting all those points. Now, before we do head into the game, what are we expecting? Are we going to expect something like we've seen in the past, a slow start, or just explosions right from the beginning?
I mean, the way Godlike is playing, I think they're going to go all out once again. But yes, we can expect some passiveness from some teams, but in the end, there's going to be chaos altogether.
I think in the future, politics lies in store for you, because again, that was the most neutral, basic answer I've heard, and he made sure everyone goes happy after that. But now, as the teams are going to be running around in Sanhok, getting ready, psyching themselves up for the fight, I believe it is going to be the opposite. I want to see some explosions. I want to see some action. I want to see some, let's go for it. We might even see that. But, before Sanhok erupts with life, before, well, the Paradise Resort is going to be dripping with blood, let's have a look and see at what the tropical island of Sanhok looks like from a bird's eye perspective, because, well, that is exactly where we are going to be flying right about now.
Well, it looks incredible, XP, but yes, for teams, it's going to be super important to get some points. Now, we are down with 3 games, only 3 to go. They have to start racking up those points, especially those teams who are in the last slide of the points table.
And again, they can do it. one good game is going to turn, the tables in their favor. One good game is going to push them forward with some momentum, and one good game can basically, make you feel a lot better about yourself. So again, anything can happen. We still have a lot of games in hand, but for now, we are going to have a look at the Paradise Resort. And although the island is deserted, sooner or later, we are going to have 64 people running around with intent to kill. But till then, we can appreciate the beautiful town of Painan.
This is a beautiful town, and at the same time, it's a very important spot for a lot of teams. I mean, I think from Painan you can go anywhere, wherever you want to go. Zone preference is going to be key for a lot of players, and as usual, it is all about getting those points, XP, and by hook, by crook, you need those points.
Now, speaking of Painan, we know exactly who's going to be dropping down in Painan. Of course, they are the demigods themselves. We talk about divine intervention, and of course talking about godlike esports. Now, we've only seen once in the past that the position was contested. Is that going to be the case today?
Well, that would be really awesome if any other team is going towards Painan to face off against God. Like, that would be a really courageful move, to be honest, but at the same time, if you can beat the demigods, you can become the gods yourself.
Oh my god, this shot, every single time it just gets me. I mean, it's like a ghost in the window. That is what I always see, but you know what? Forget that. Let's see if we have some action in Painan, because, ladies and gentlemen, the flight has taken off, and this time, it isn't going to be the plains of Farangal, it isn't the deserts of Miramar, it is going to be the small tropical island of Sanhok. And sooner or later, oh boy, things are definitely heating up. But Floki, now of course the flight path is going to be on our screens. Does it really matter?
Well, it doesn't matter that much, but let's talk about the flying path. It is in the northern region, starting from Camp Alpha, going towards Camp Bravo, a couple of camps there. But at the same time, I don't think the players are going to camp. They're going to fight.
See, the thing in Sanhok is you've got to be on the move. Because if for even like 30 seconds or a minute you do hold one position, chances are someone could see you from elsewhere. But looks like Hot Thin could be where we might see some action break out early, as Rip Mizo are heading there. And well, they have TSM dropping down as well. In fact, you know what? Without further ado, forget that. It just took a split second as Ninja springs into action. And well, it's going to be a member of CO who's going to be brought down. Now the question is, are they going to move in? And Shadow has an interesting weapon. I want to see some bolt action in Sanhok.
Well, you want some action? Here you go. You get some action. TSM already on the move. Another player found there. Equinox with a good spray there, but was not able to get the knockdown. RIP Mizo already on the back foot. They're not able to get some decent points yet, but they can. If they can take out TSM, that would be a big boost for them.
Oh yeah, even though, CO Rip Mizo, they have lost reverse for now. Looks like they might just reverse the fortunes, because he is going to be picked up, but now TSM are going to be going in on the move. And well, speaking about picked up, I guess I was wrong, because reverse was on the wrong side of the wall. Now Shadow, he does have another weapon, so that means the Car 98 might not come in use just yet, because well, he has that AK to rattle off all his shots. But look at Jacob Boy, he knows his position and he still hasn't given away, but Shadow is being careful. Just a wall separating them, and now he's going to move in. Could this be the moment that he gets dropped? No, Jacob Boy takes one down, but it's taken Boy instead.
Oh, that was beautiful. TSM Shadow coming in with that upward there. That's good. He looks shiny, and he is shining like a bright star. Meanwhile, Equinox getting the better of ISO, it seems, and TSM off to a wonderful start. You know why this fight is so important? Because they are in Hard Thin, and this is the most important area in the zone at this point of time.
Oh, absolutely. We are going to bring up the zone in just a split second, but before that, as TSM are trying to find the last man, question is, where is he? Because he still is in the city. You can have a look at your minimap now. Of course, all this information is just available for us, but Rip Flick YT. Is he going to rest in peace, or is he going to wait for the enemy to go by, thinking that, you know what, maybe he might have just run away? Because look at what's happening. Although Santa came last year, Klaus is going to be nearby, as Old Hood Esports, well, they did hit the commotion. Their ears did perk up, and question is, are they going to come in? Wait a second, forget that, because someone who is coming in on Flick's position are the boys from TSM, and now he does shoot a bit too late, and he gets one. Ninja goes down. Can he be taken out? No, he cannot, because Equinox was on hand.
What a start coming in from TSM. They managed to get 4 finishes, and they got the best position in the zone. Talking about the zone right now, XP, I mean, look at Hartin. How many times we have seen the zone go towards Hartin in the final few circles?
And this is exciting, because, 50% of it is still in the water, and we kind of have an idea where the final circles are going to form. Are we going to see some action on the infamous cliffs on the northwestern island, or are we going to see something a little lackluster? But for now, what we are going to see is a few teams moving in on each other's position as godlike. Look at that. Again, they are moving early into the circle. In fact, they're already heading towards the ruins.
Well, absolutely, they are godlike and they would love to pick up a fight really soon. But talking about the meta, talking about the zone, I mean, how many times have we seen the Hearth in zone? I mean, the northern western zone is like a normal thingy for Sanok nowadays.
You know what's going to happen in the not so distant future? All 16 teams are going to be dropping down on the northwestern island, and well, it might just be the shortest game of BGMI yet. But for now, as we mentioned, Godlike Esports, again, a few good games in hand for them. They are going to be migrating towards the ruins, but elsewhere, we're going to join XO Mortal and his team. As of course, this, if you don't know where we are, this is Camp Charlie. You could see that on your little mini-map, as well as Fierce and the boys. Well, they are going to be looting to the heart's content. However, they do have quite a ways to go before they make it to the circle. And the thing is, Sparrow, their path is littered with a few teams which might just become obstacles sooner rather than later.
Well, they need to be fierce today if they want to get some points. It's not easy. They thought that they have all the experience in the world, but it's not easy for them, right? They're not been able to get those chicken dinners yet, and they would love to get some in the upcoming games. Meanwhile, talking about Team Reckoning, they would like to get some more points, I think, XP. I mean, the way they played in quarterfinals, that was immaculate, but right now, they're struggling to get those big numbers.
Well, speaking of points, ladies and gentlemen, have a look at the right side of your screens at the overall rankings. Overall points, in fact, are going to be coming up. And in this groups, I mean, I'm talking about Group A and Group C, Godlike Esports are leading the charge with Team Chicken Rushers in that second position. Now, of course, for teams at the bottom half, again, like we said, one good game could be that little chance to make it or break it. But for now, it is going to be Skylights Gaming making a run. Skylights Gaming again, Sparrow, not what we expected. We expect them to be a lot higher than where they are right now.
Well, I think they're off to a decent start, an average start, and I would say that it's all about consistency. If they can be consistent throughout those 16 games, it doesn't matter where they would end up unless they are ending up in top 16.
See, that's the best thing. Now, every single team has 16 games, and out of 24, 16 are going to go forth to the grand finals. And if you speak about ratios, that is something that is going to be, something easy on their minds. But oh my goodness. Whew, an AWM has fallen from the heavens above. Please, someone needs to come and get this drop, because yes, I get it, snipers are not in the meta, but again, that little boom that goes off is going to intimidate a lot of people in the vicinity.
I mean, it's Sanok, right? You don't pick a sniper rifle in Sanok unless you're going on those mountains up top, but we'll see, XP. I know you see that sniper rifle and you have a smoke on your face once again.
Come on, Ninja, go for it. You know you want to do it. You lurk in the shadows. There you have it. Now, of course, we know it's TSM. None of them are going to come out with that AWM. Of course, that is the only thing that is going to be left in that airdrop. But I guess if the circle does shift towards them, they might just use that later on as they do run out of some much-needed ammunition. But for now, looks like while Ninja was busy looting the compound. Oh, wait a second. I was speaking of the compound. Although we did see Reckoning Esports, slip by unnoticed, I think Ninja has an idea that someone could be lurking in the shadows just ahead.
I mean, Reckoning, they just lost a player, it seems, and Team Revenant, who were trying to cross the river, managed to get the better of Reckoning, Mr. Spray. Only 3 players remaining for Reckoning. They would love to get some decent points. They have a decent spot in the zone, but without numbers game advantage.
Now, let's show you something interesting. Of course, Jelly is going to be keeping an eye out on the boys from... Oh, well, forget that, because Zigzor is going to be spotted. He is going to be taken down as the rat-ta-ta-ta-ta from the AK is going to be enough. And now Jelly bobs and ducks under fire. And now Kilo is right in front of him. Kilo, in fact, goes up that little outpost. And now he's going to lie down. And, well, his position is going to be given away. And now he just might burn. But wait a second. Yes, he is going to be burned to a crisp. But no, it's Aditya from behind who's going to put some lead in him, making sure he backs his teammate up.
Team OR playing so well. I mean, look at the teamwork coming in from Team OR. Jelly trying to take the TPP, managed to get the first one. A brilliant Molotov followed that, and after that, they managed to get 2 good points. Team Orglis 5 straight away on the back foot, and we're just starting now, XP.
Now, the best thing is, of course, Orglis 5 are moving around. Have a look at your map, boys and girls, and have a look at the bottom left. Do you see something that I see, Sparrow? Because the team is taking the water route, and, well, they are keeping their distance from the ground, because if they get spotted, this is Sanok, and, well, when you fire a few shots at the boats, they seem to burn up a bit too quick.
This is going to be so important for them that they find a decent shore there, because there are a lot of teams on the shore already. If you have a look at 247 Gaming already there, I mean OH is already there, TSM is there on the shore, and they have to be really careful about their positioning. But talking about TSG, the Safari gang, they're crossing the bridge, they need a decent spot in the zone, and it seems like they won't have any troubles, it seems, XP.
They won't have any trouble, but I wonder what's going to happen to the chicken rushes, because again, the fact is they are taking the route, and as you mentioned, we do have a couple of teams already established on that northwestern line, and so if they see something coming in the aquatic route from distance, well, looks like we might have a few chickens swimming in the water. Again, only if they aren't blown to smithereens and roasted to a crisp before that.
I don't think chickens know how to swim that much, XP, but we would see. We would love to see that.
I mean, when was the last time you put a chicken in a bucket of water and saw what happened? So again, it all depends on what's going to happen. Again, I love the fact that we can take a little bit of leeway in this game. Sometimes in Miramar we love defying gravity, and well, sometimes chicken, they do in fact fly, or in that matter swim. But for now, it is going to be Celsius. Now Celsius, again, not having the best of days, but again, it is a bit too early to call, and action is going to break out because Encore, well, we want an Encore and see exactly what happened as Revenant take on the Lions, and it looks like Paradox is going to join him as well, as the Warrior has fallen.
Well, a long-range allocation, it seems, XP, and I think they managed to get a couple of knocks down, but they won't be able to finish them, it seems. But these are really impressive knocks coming in from XP, because you're damaging their vest, you're damaging their helmet, you're making sure they're using utilities.
I love that sound when the bullet hits your mouth. Ding! And you're like, oh boy, I just narrowly missed death. But yeah, you're right, of course, at this distance, you are making sure that they deplete all the utilities, and you're just making the life a bit harder. Oh, Simple comes into fire from elsewhere, and for now they should concentrate on, like you mentioned, don't peek. They should focus on the revives, as the circle is still going to be pretty favorable for all the teams. But have a look at that. Another team is taking that aquatic route, and looks like as far as the chicken rushes are concerned, they have lost their boat, and now we do have chickens in the water, Sparrow.
Oh, finally! I never knew that chickens can swim, but right now, and BGMI, they can. I'm talking about Phoenix, so they're also looking to enter the shore, but a better position for XO. I mean, that's where experience comes in, XP.
Again, better position for them, but we are going to be heading out in the blue as ORR taking the fight to Skylights Gaming, as Jelly is going to be rattling off a few shots. However, the opponents were just a bit quicker thanks to those two-wheelers. Now, this is going to be a bit of a dramatic fight, because both teams, although yes, they do have decent amount of utilities, decent amount of healings, they are going to take that damage from the blue zone, which, well, in a few moments is just going to keep on adding and taking away chunks from their HP. OR over here, since they do have the upper hand, they are going to make the first move and could potentially gatekeep Skylights Gaming in the next circle. But again, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I mean, they have to be careful, XP. You know why? Because 900 meters in Sanok is almost like 2,000 meters in Miramar. It's not easy at all to enter the zone in Sanok, especially when you have to cross the river, when you have to cross the bridges there. So let's see, let's hope what Skylights Gaming is going to do.
Well, speaking of crossing rivers and bridges, most of the teams are going to be content with their position, so no waterworks yet, and OR, in fact, are doing something pretty brilliant. Now, normally, one would have expected them to head towards boot camp, since, of course, it's quicker to the position. But wait a second, I saw something up north. Is that a little mirage? It is Oculus 5. They are out in the water as well, but it's going to be Revenant opening up on Samurai once again. But for now, we're going to focus on Godlike Neo. Now, he is playing a dangerous game. He is fully exposed. If Karthik spots him out, he could be shot. Karthik does see him, but Neo is going to lay down some suppressive fire and, well, suppress the enemy. Now, his teammates need to come in as well. Jonathan with some cover fire off his own. If they get a knock here, Sparrow, it could be problematic for the team. But Neo finally taken down.
I was just thinking about that. I mean, this was disgusting. Neo was in the open. They were trying to give cover, and here you go. Celsius Karthik getting the better of Neo, getting the knock, and getting the finish as well. Godlike already lost a player, but I would love to see if Jonathan is going to push in. I don't think so. Godlike is going to push in that one.
Now, the thing is, I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that was a bit of a premature push coming in for Neo, because he did know that the enemy was nearby, and had his teammates been on that ridge behind him, suppressing the enemy, you know what? He might have made it to grenade distance, but now, on the other hand, it is going to be Team Exo. Punk, he takes one down. No, his teammate Fierce is going to be helping around, as Jutboy is going to be brought down to his knees. Is Jutboy going to go down? Unfortunately, he is, and well, then there were 3-4 chicken rushes. Now, they have got the higher ground, but can they hold the position? Because Team Exo wants to move in.
Well, they were running away like headless chickens, but at this point of time, I mean, they lost a player, they lost their friend, and now with only 3 members, they have to survive, they have to get a lot of points.
On the other side here, Sparrow, looks like Skylights Gaming finally caught up with OR, so they predicted exactly right that they did go a bit to the left. There you have it, Somraj on your kill feed is going to get the better of Evo, and well, that is all she's going to write, but we are having a look at TSG as they are adjusting their vehicles, and there you have it now. OR on the back foot. They have to make those tactical retreats as well, they have lost a member, and well, Skylight Gaming's, they are on the hunt, and let's see if the Predators in fact do get their prey, or whether the fortunes are going to be turned upside down.
Well, it's going to be so important for OR to focus on the zone. We were talking about it, right, XP? You have to befriend the zone, but right now, both the teams, they are not doing that. Meanwhile, talking about TSG versus 247, it's going to be a wonderful fight. I mean, look at the positioning of both the players. They are spreaded, and it's going to be so much confusion between these two teams.
Also, D-Sync up top is going to be in perfect sync with his team because he can lay down lead from up top. A and B, of course, he has that little bird's eye view. He is going to see things a lot better than the enemies. Now, the circle, where are we going to go? It is possibly going to be the cliffs, the infamous cliffs, rather. There you have it, dead smack center. It is going to be the cliff tops, and now the Safari gang is in a good position. But look at Godlike. Godlike do have that compound right below. They might, in fact, just, try and get that higher ground as well, because that is what this team does. Elsewhere, OL are going to be moving in from the waters above, but sooner or later they are going to be met with some resistance. Now, OR Esports, Sparrow, still managing to survive. They still have a lot of distance to cover.
I mean, look at the top there. I mean, I think, look at TSM. They have 4 players in different corners of Hathin, and they know that teams are going to come in through water. And Orglis 5, who are coming there, I think they are under a lot of pressure. They are under a lot of trouble as well. Meanwhile, talking about Godlike and TSG, I think they are going to fight really soon. But Godlike, without the numbers game advantage, I wonder, are they going to be aggressive again?
Also, the thing is, the Safari gang can pretty much shoot down, and it is a little easier, but there you have it. You mentioned it. Shadow knows that someone is outside lurking in the North Sea, and, well, he knows where the enemy is. He, again, is going to be careful that he doesn't get shot at from the right, so, again, you got to be ever moving. You got to be ever present in this map. But for now, Shadow trying to get a glimpse of a little head, but wait a second. OR are once again going to go up against Skylights Gaming as Destro and Picaro on one end, and Jelly and Vexy are on the other. Now, once again, OR Esports are forced to make a tactical retreat because, boy, oh boy, the pressure coming in from Skylights is just a bit too much to handle. Lithia is going to make sure if they do make a little bit of a peek, he's going to be on hand to lay down some lead.
I mean, they want to fight, but they don't want to at the same time. It seems like that only. They're both trying to get the better of their opponents, but I think OR, they don't have the numbers game in their favor. Meanwhile, Aditya is still there, and he can bait his teammates, it seems.
Now, the thing is, SG are going to realize, hey, wait a second, I heard a buggy move out. That means nobody is here. But if they are doing their maths, they should know another one might be lurking in the tall grass. And Aditya, well, he did have a moment to strike, but I think it's the right decision, making sure he gets to the circle. Because as you mentioned, oh boy, hold that thought, because Sensei is going to be brought down. Team EXO coming under fire by 247, and it is going to be Arceus who is going to put him 6 feet under. Now, they do have another knock for themselves. Punk has gone down. Mental Yam does have the upper advantage, and Punk also is going to be put in the ground. 247 Gaming have been surprising me in all their games today, Sparrow.
Well, especially quarterfinals. They had a beautiful quarterfinals, but right now they have the higher ground advantage. They have 3 players in their favor. Team EXO on the lower ground, they are struggling. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Reckoning Abrar finally letting loose, getting the revenge of his player that Revenant took away from them.
Oh, Encore is in trouble, and well, Encore is not going to be singing anymore as he is taken out. But we did see something now. Team EXO survived by 2 members, but again, once again, Revenant from distance gets the better of Samurai as Austin Box is going to make sure finally the Samurai is going to be taken out from the game. But Paradox, he did get taken down. However, looks like Respite might be coming in, but from the other side of the water, it's Reckoning Esports' Maxi OP with that single shot M4 trying to get a bit of damage done. Let me tell you one thing, he did get that one knock, but for now, Revenants, they have some respite as they have this massive rock for cover.
But they don't have the zone, and they have to cross the river if they want to enter the zone, which is never going to be easy. If they choose to go from the bridge, X-Lines are waiting for them. I mean, this is going to be so difficult for Revenant. I wonder how they are going to enter the zone.
It could be difficult, but looks like as far as Revenant are concerned, they might not have to worry because the circle, in fact, could shift towards their direction. Now, they do need to make it across to the mainland, but then, of course, you have Reckoning in one compound. Well, it's going to move a bit further inland because the Lions are going to be nearby as well, and this is where Reckoning Esports could rack up a few more finishes for themselves. Meanwhile, TSG are looking good. OH are looking good. In fact, TSM, they need to make a move right right about now.
I mean, look at OG, only glitch. They are in between. They are sandwiched between X-Lions and TSM. This is going to be so fun to see if they're going to make it to the zone, because it's going to be so difficult. It's going to be so hard. I would love to see how they're going to cope up with the pressure. I'm talking about Revenant right now, because Reckoning, they are not looking to let it easy on Revenant.
Well, speaking of being in a Paradox, looks like Paradox is going to find themselves in a predicament right now, because although the enemy has spotted him around, he is going to have to deploy some smokes, and lucky for him, he does have a little bit of a swim in front of him. Now, again, the fact is, Reckoning Esports are going to move back, but wait a second, Revenant Austin Box does finally get the better of Simple again. All these teams have been fighting one another, but it's going to be Abrar who gets taken down point blank range, as Clutchguard is going to move in for the kill. Clutchguard switches his weapon, he gets yet another knock, and now they are hungry. Are the teammates going to come in? He spots the last man standing. It is going to be Maxi from R Esports. He does take some damage, but Clutchguard's got to be careful, because there are enemies nearby as well. And now finally, he is going to go down, as Jonathan is going to be picked up by Z-God.
The hot shot for Team Godlike just put up his dancing shoes again. I mean, Clutchguard, his name is Clutchguard, and he's living up to his name. That jiggle peak, that Ferrari peak was just amazing.
I know you love calling it the Ferrari peak, because like a Ferrari, it is just that quick. But right now, Yoda, the warrior from Team X-Line, he has his work cut out, because they did lose a few members, and they got to be careful, because on either side they have enemies. In fact, Madhav could just be spotted out by said enemy, and well, only Glitch could put them out of their misery. There you have it. Yoda, in fact, is going to be taken down. Question is, who was doing all the shooting?
Well, it is Godlike Jonathan who managed to get the better of Yoda there, but Revenant also coming in. They were stuck in a sandwich situation. Have you ever had a lion sandwich?
Well, I don't want to see that at all over now, because, well, looks like they are going to be breathing their last, and the Lions have roared their last in Sana. But now R&T coming into fire. Austin Box finally taken down, and it was, in fact, only Glitch, as predicted, coming in from the side, coming in from outside the circle, surprising them. But now Jonathan is going to be spotted out. He tries to get into that little crevice. In fact, that is exactly what he does. But Aquanox, oh boy, he's going to be hitting himself in his head. Had he just put one more bullet in, Jonathan would have been on his knees once again.
He's still trying with that M4 and 4X. That spray is just too good. But the positioning of Aquanox is very good, XP. I mean, he is having a higher ground advantage, and he is just sweating bullets right, left, and center.
Well, I mean, I think it's quite the opposite, because Jonathan is going to be a bit higher up. It looks like his position is just so immaculate, like you love saying, that, you know, he has no idea where the shots are coming from, especially since we have a suppressor in play,
Yes,
and
sir.
then we have the ghillie on top. All he needs to do is go and lie down on the grass, and, well, no one's going to know where he is. But Blaze is going to be taken out as Shadow sees something happening. That's not the tower, but it's going to be Samraj who is going to be taken out by Daddy from the Supari gang.
Well, that TSM Shadow, I mean, he's wearing a Christmas tree suit. That's almost like a ghillie suit, if you ask me.
You know, actually he is, and you know, he isn't living up to his name, because if you are lurking in the shadows with something that shiny and bright, well, you could be spotted out. For now, it is going to be Krish. Is he going to be raining down death on 247 Gaming? One good grenade could spell trouble, because they are shacked up a bit too close for comfort now. Also, on the other hand, if he loses his footing, it could be problematic, but looks like Pooja is going to be isolated. Is Pooja going to go down? Of course, Pooja is going to get shot at, and now if that grenade fell off their hands, that could be destruction for them, as only Glitch are going to be eliminated in the 13th position with 2 finishes to their name. And now Krish is going to use Pooja as bait, or is he? Nah, he's like, you know what, I'm going to make sure I secure my finish point.
Well, TSG already got 8 finishes to their name. They just need to enter the zone, and I think he's just trying to do that. Meanwhile, talking about Skylar's Gaming Destro, look at the number of first hits he got. He got 31 of them.
I guess you and us, everyone watching knows exactly what's going to happen with Destro. He's going to lay back in the blue. He's going to keep patching himself up, and hopefully he might just walk away the winner if it ends up being a heal battle. Before now, Godlike are moving in. They are going to take a few shots. Clutchguard gets off. Celsius coming in full force, and now 2 of the gods are going to be taken out. Clutchguard is out. C-God is out. That means Jonathan is the last man standing. Can he do something? No, he cannot, because, well, if it's not the blue, it might be the long fall down below that just might take him out, as Ninja Jod from TSM tries to spot the enemy, and, well, the enemy are still going to be behind. It looks like the play zone is going to come out and snuff Jonathan's life.
Team Celsius, they just turned up the heat, it seems, XP. Meanwhile, talking about TSM Shadow again, I think he heard some enemies there, and yes, he's looking to get some revenge onto Team Celsius.
Let me tell you one thing. The final circle, if you have a look on the top right, is just ridiculous, because yes, we do have the infamous cliffs over here, but everyone's going to be hugging the wall, basically. It's it's literally hug a rock day, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what the teams down below are going to have to do, because this is what's going to happen. The Safari gang in prime position to rack up finish after finish. It looks like Aquanaut. Oh, we all saw the silhouette, and looks like Nikhil did too as he puts a few shots in, and well, TSM might just lose one member now. The fact that if anybody goes back to revive doesn't make any sense. That means TSM should be a 3-man squad. I said that, but I do believe Shadow just got in a buggy. He is contemplating it. He is thinking about it, but I do believe the call has come in that why risk it, because there you have it. Aquanox is going to try and crawl his way in, but of course it is inevitable that he is going to be taken out. A few shots had he missed, he might have made it. On the other hand, Ninja Jod is going to be opening up on Celsius as well. They come under heavy fire.
Oh boy, Celsius hurt intense pressure. Here you go, Ninja Jod spotting them one by one, taking them out one by one, and I think it's looking to get another one down. Yes, he would, and Celsius with only one player to go. Dreams is the last one standing.
Oh, through the smoke there, the hit marker might just give the position away. He gets 3 for himself. Can he get the full squad over here? Only Dreams is still dreaming in that smoke against all odds. He does not want it to become a nightmare, because that is exactly what Ninja is all about. He wants to make sure he puts the fear off himself in the opponents, and now Dream is going to be going in for those revives. I wonder how many first aids he has, because there is no way he is going to be coming over that summit. And again, have a look at this. Ninja still anticipating that someone could come in as the play zone comes in and takes a few finishes for itself. 5 teams still in contention with just 9 players alive.
Again, the big question, the question of the day, XP.
I love this.
Well, yes sir, Scarlet's Gaming Destro, still 13 first aids to go. But the question is, XP, TSG, they had the zone for a longer period of time. Are they going to win as usual? I mean, the first match, the second match, the third match, we have witnessed the team who got the zone, got the chicken.
Well, of course, that is how the meta has been turning out today. And it looks like TSG are looking good, because again, you know, for TSM, it is a bit of an unholy fight. Looks like Dreams finally did come out, and finally it is going to be a nightmare, as it's going to be Ninja once again making sure he eliminates a squad all by his lonesome.
I mean, it's all about the zone. I mean, TSM can't go up, TSG can go down, but look at Daddy there, becoming the daddy, it seems. 8 finishes to his name.
Well, he wants to be, you know, doing all the talking, and looks like everybody does listen to Daddy, right? So he is going to be making sure he leads the charge for his team, the Safari gang. Ladies and gentlemen, an unprecedented 13 finishes already. These boys are looking good, and well, they are still looking hungry. But amongst them, we still have a couple of teams, you know, lurking about closely, as well, Fierce has been spotted out, and his ferocity is going to be put to it. And oh my goodness, Shadow was spotted out, and in the blink of an eye, the AK is going to rattle up a few shots, and well, that is all she wrote for him. Oh, a little bit of a slipping over here. Daddy might just knock himself out. That is what he does, and looks like a free finish has been gifted to TSM Blaze.
Oh, what was that? Why would he jump in?
He slipped.
He slipped, actually. I mean, I agree with you on that, XP. I think this is hug the wall day, and they have to do just that if they want to survive, but not for long. Meanwhile, Scarlet's Gaming, they still have one player who's looking to get the second position for himself.
Again, nothing that TSM can do right now is going to work in their favor, because sooner or later the circle might just walk away from them, and Safari gang could be in prime position to get a few finishes. But wow, Destro having, you know, basically he made sure his team got that 3rd position finish. That means they get 10 from placement, and again, he is willing to go out with a few shots. You know, everybody wants to go out making some noise.
I can't believe my eyes. I mean, this is Sanok at its level best. From moment one, Scarlet Gaming were the team who had the worst position in Sanok. Worst ever position. They were trying to figure out a way to enter the zone, but OR was not letting them.
Oh, that is painful. That is painful. Blaze knows what he want to do. Wait a second. TSG once again. This time they are not going to be knocked down, as Nickel is going to get the better of Blaze. And well, Blaze is going down. Now Ninja, oh, he knows what he's got to do. He does have 3 first aids for himself. But again, you know what? That is not even going to come in use, because
TSM got the chicken.
Wait a second. What?
Yes, I was just looking at that, and I was like, yes, TSM got the chicken, because TSG,
wow!
They came down. They
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing finish. TSG, they did have the upper hand. They had the cliffs. They had the circle. They decided to make it a